I should go.
Oh no, we've broken him. I'm sorry. It was worth it. Hello everyone, today we're going to be starting our Dragon Age Origins playthrough. I am super excited to be revisiting this game as it has been almost 15 years since I last played. I don't remember much about it other than me and my friend were obsessed with it at the time. I played an elf, romanced Alistair, got dumped at the end, and that was the beginning of my Dragon Age romance curses. I am playing this after our stream playthroughs of Dragon Age Veilguard and Inquisition, which you can also find on my channel, so there may be a couple of spoilers here and there for those games throughout. This game came out in 2009, and unlike Mass Effect, sadly it does not have a remastered edition. This means it can be a little bit of a pain to get running on modern PCs. Thankfully, the game is available on GOG through their Good Old Games program. This version of the game requires a lot less updating and patches in order to get it running. It also does not require the EA app to function. However, I still had a few issues getting it ready for recording, so at the beginning of this video, we'll go through a couple of quick troubleshooting tips to hopefully help out anyone else who, like me, got the game over Christmas and wants less of a headache just getting everything working. Otherwise, feel free to skip ahead to the start of the playthrough. The first issue I had with the game was audio stuttering and repeating randomly during cutscenes and dialogue, turning off frame buffer effects, and setting my audio to force stereo sound ended up fixing this for me. The second issue I had was lag when entering cutscenes and frequent crashes when leaving them. This was only happening in full screen mode, it turned out. However, windowed mode was also proving to be a little bit of a hassle, as older games generally don't have a borderless windowed option. Regardless of how I tried to place the window, the bottom of the screen was always cutting off. This was a little bit of a problem for recording, as it was cutting off some of the dialogue and the UI for me. So I found an app called Borderless Gaming that forces the game into windowed mode, and this fixed both my crashing issues and the screen getting cut off. The Borderless Gaming app is available on GitHub and Steam. I'll post a link to it in the description below. Many guides also suggest setting your texture details to medium or lower to avoid memory leaks. Unfortunately, this game is a little notorious for those kind of crashes on PC especially. Graphics details, however, I was able to keep it very high with no issues so far. If you're on Steam, you'll likely need the 4GB patch as well. I've linked to a useful guide that should help anyone who's having troubles getting that version of the game to work too. And so is the Golden City blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven, and doom upon my world. The Canticle of Pherinodes 8:13. Very foreboding.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world.
You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead, they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness.
Oh yes, we're going to be a Grey Warden in this.
It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten.
Oh, is that Duncan?
We are few now.
I remember him now.
And our warnings have been ignored for too long. It may even be too late. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
That was a great intro for a game that came out in 2009. Okay, so we know we're going to be an elf this time. We did do a little vote in the Discord, and it was for a mage elf. Let's see what we're going to be doing. Which, unfortunately, only gives us access to one background in the Magi. If you're a rogue, you can be a city elf or Dalish. If you're a warrior, the same too. So, and every intro is unique. They all kind of go to the same point of you becoming a Grey Warden, but there is lots of replayability there in the terms of just all the different intros you can get depending on the race and the class of the character you're playing, which again was pretty groundbreaking, I feel, in for a game that came out in 2009. So, wielding a power as dangerous as it is potent, you know that magic is a curse for those lacking the will to control it. You anxiously wait your harrowing, the one chance to prove yourself against the demons lurking without and within. Succeed or be slaughtered by the knights who ward against your kind.
Greetings.
Okay, so we got a couple of presets. You know, the character creator is not as outdated as I was expecting it to be. It's actually quite nice. There's a lot of options here. We've got complexions. Go with that one. Skin tones. Oh, blush. Now, after Dragon Age Inquisition, I am wary of the blush. I remember putting a little tiny bit of blush on my character in Inquisition. I get out, it looks fine in character creator. Get out of the character creation to the main cutscene and clown. Just bright, shining blush. So we're not going to have any of that. I think I'm going to remain cautious this time. Got tattoos as well. A lot of options. Hair. Now, I think we'll do the hair after we've done the face. Eyebrows, not too many. Maybe we'll go with that one or that one. I think, oh yeah, let's go with that one. That's probably the best. But yes, the hair we'll do after we do the face. Okay, we've got a couple of eye options as well. Make them a bit bigger. Oh, okay. Oh, those are cute. Color, we'll go with blue. We'll go matching today. Ooh, brow depth, okay. Oh, kind of look fine already. Brow height. Different noses too. That's actually quite a good variety of noses there. Maybe let's go with this one. This one's cute. There are a lot more options than I was expecting or remembered. Okay, pretty happy with that. We'll make him a little bigger. And then hopefully we'll get the chance to see her talking before we go in the game. That is also kind of another thing that can happen in Bioware games. You make a character, they look great, and then as soon as they open their mouth, they just start looking real goofy. Alright. Their face shape's already pretty nice. We'll just do some slight changes. Cheekbone width too. Ooh. Okay, I think full cheeks are the winners there. Height there looks good. Looking really cute so far. Got jaw width as well. Pretty good. Ears. Bring them up. Ooh, oh, that just makes the whole thing bigger. We'll make them small. We got net thickness too. Okay, now we can kind of pick our hair. I don't think there's going to be a curly hair option, sadly. Oh, that is really cute though. Okay, yeah. Ooh, alright, yeah, I think we're gonna go with that one that we first looked at there. That's really nice. Now we can do the portrait. Oh, this is something I don't think we had in Inquisition and Veilguard, sadly, where we're gonna edit this. We can change the background too. Oh, nice. Ooh, maybe that. And then we got some expressions, which get significantly goofier. Oh, I love that. Ooh. Kind of like that one, but I think we're gonna go full goofy. We're gonna go with that because that is perfect. Okay, and her voice. Okay, so we will get to see how she kind of talks. I'm assuming some facial expressions are probably going to be a little off, and others going to be fine.
Greetings.
Oh yeah.
Charmed. It didn't work.
It depends if she kind of does this, then it looks a little silly.
Well, now this does nothing.
Ooh, mystical
Greetings.
though.
I have lost my concentration.
Mystical might be good for a mage, perhaps.
Greetings. I have lost concentration.
Ooh, that one's a bit posh, isn't it?
How do you do? Oops, where's my head? Greetings. Ugh, my spell. Charmed.
Okay, I think
Greetings. Blast it. I have lost the spell.
I think we're gonna go with that one. Okay, and then we're gonna call her Carrie. Let's go. All right, this is our mage. They're really cute. So, I think magic is a measure of a character's natural affinity for the arcane. This attribute is crucial for mages since it directly increases a character's spell power score, which determines the potency of all spells. The magic attribute also determines how effective potions, poultices, and salves are for all classes. So I think we're probably going to just plop all the points into magic to start with. This is probably going to be the best start. We've also got willpower, though, that determination and mental fortitude, cast more spells and deeper mana pools. So I think we'll start putting it all into magic, and then if we feel like we're running out a lot, then we'll start putting some into willpower. Constitution's going to be health, isn't it? Yeah. I think cunning is what you usually go for with rogues, isn't it? Alright, so we're just going to slap them all into magic for more powerful spells. Right. Oh, okay, so we've already got herbalism by default in combat tactics. Coercion requires 10 cunning. The character is influential enough to convince others to change their views. Strength contributes to a more intimidating character, whereas cunning contributes to persuasive character. So I think having some coercion could be good. We've also got stealing, trap making, survival, herbalism, poison making, combat training. Oh, for mages? Mages can take more damage from an attack before it interrupts their spell casting, so we'll see if that is something we need as we go or not. But I'm thinking herbalism maybe more important, so we can craft lots of mana potions and things like that. But also having a little bit of coercion is going to be good, so we can talk our way through scenarios. Okay, so we have Arcane Bolt by default. Now, I heard Winter's Grasp is pretty good to start with, so I think we're gonna go ahead and do Winter's Grasp, and then if we have a spell that can kind of stun or interrupt things, I think that'll be good too. But also, I think having some healing along the way is going to be nice as well, so if, any of the teammates get in trouble, we can help them out. Disorient, weakness... Oh, Mind Blast. The caster projects a wave of telekinetic force that stuns enemies caught in the sphere, so I think that might be a second good one to start with, so we can stun things. Gives us a little bit more time to cast as well. And also help out our tanks when they're up at the front. So we'll go with that to start with. I also heard Fireball's really good too, so we'll probably go for Fireball as well as we go on. So I'm thinking Fire, Cold, and Healing as a focus to start with. But we'll see how it goes. We're going to start on normal, and if it's too easy, then we're going to... Once we sort of get used to it, we'll move it up a little. I think the game lets us do that.
On a cliff overlooking the dark waters of Lake Calenhad stands the Tower Fortress that is home to the Circle of Magi. This tower is the only place in Ferelden where mages may study their art among others of their kind. Within the high stone walls, the Circle practices its magic and trains apprentices in the proper use of their powers. But the Circle Tower is as much a prison as a refuge. The ever-vigilant Templars of the Chantry watch over all mages, constantly alert for any sign of corruption. This gilded cage is the only world you know. Found to be sensitive to magic at a young age, you were torn from your family and grafted here as an apprentice. Now, that apprenticeship is nearly over. All that remains is the final test, the harrowing.
Magic exists to serve man, and never to rule over him. Thus spoke the prophet Andraste as she cast down the Tevinter Imperium, ruled by mages who had brought the world to the edge of ruin. Your magic is a gift, but it's also a curse. For demons of the Dream Realm, the Fade, are drawn to you, and seek to use you as a gateway into this world.
This is why the harrowing exists. The ritual sends you into the Fade, and there you will face a demon, armed with only your will.
Ooh. So immediately, a pretty rough test here. So I'm assuming we either pass the test or we die. So that's great. Let's confirm that, shall we? What happens if I can't defeat the demon?
It will turn you into an abomination, and the Templars will be forced to slay you. This is Lyrium.
So it's fine. This is fine then. Nothing to worry about.
Gateway into the Fade.
The harrowing is a secret out of necessity, child. Every mage must go through this trial by fire. As we succeeded, so shall you. Keep your wits about you, and remember the Fade is a realm of dreams. The spirits may rule it, but your own will is real.
The apprentice must go through this test alone, First Enchanter.
Oh, he's just helping us out a bit too much.
Ready.
Oh, we've got this. Go into the Fade, face a demon, defeat it. Easy peasy. Oh, immediately in the Fade. So we do have... Oh, we have a codex as well, and it's already putting a lot of stuff in there. Magic and religion. Among the apprentices of the Circle, nothing is regarded with more fear than the harrowing. Little is known about the rite of passage, and that alone would be cause for dread. But it is well understood that only those apprentices who pass this trial are ever seen again. They return as full members of the Circle of the Magi, and those who fail, nothing is known. Perhaps they are sent away in disgrace, perhaps they are killed on the spot. I heard one patently ridiculous rumour among the Circle at Ravane, which claimed that failed apprentices were transformed into pigs, fattened up and served at dinner to the senior enchanters. But I could find no evidence that the Ravani Circle ate any particular quantity of pork. From a pursuit of knowledge. The travels of a chantry scholar. Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. Oh, we've also got characters as well too, so I think every character we meet, we're going to get a little information about them. Ooh, let's hear about the first enchanter. If you want to survive, you must learn the rules and realize that sometimes sacrifices are necessary. And then the Knight Commander. Your magic is a gift, but also a curse. The Circle of Magi has trained you, and we, Templars of the Chantry, stand vigil to ensure that training is adequate. It does sound like if we fail, they're going to boot us. The harrowing. Ooh! Vase of Healing. Oh, instantly restores health. That's quite nice. So the controls on PC are... they're not the best. But it's playable. New spirits beyond the veil. Oh, it's nice. Oh, so all the controls and stuff also go into here as well, so you can find them easily. Beyond the veil, spirits and demons. It is challenging enough for the casual observer to tell the difference between the Fade and the creatures that live within it, let alone between one type of spirit and another. In truth, there is little that distinguishes them, even for the most astute mages, since spirits are not physical entities and therefore not restricted to recognizable forms, or even having a form at all. One can never tell for certain what is alive and what is merely part of the scenery. It is therefore advisable for the inexperienced researcher to greet all the objects he encounters. Typically, we must use the term spirit to refer only to the benign, or at least the less malevolent, creatures of the Fade, but in truth all the denizens of the realm beyond the veil are spirits. As a chant of the light notes, everything within the Fade is a mimicry of our world, a poor imitation for the spirits. Do not remotely understand what they are copying. It is no surprise that much of the Fade appears like a manuscript translated from Tevinter into Orlesian and back again by drunken initiates. In general, spirits are not complex, or rather, they are not complex as we understand such things. Each one seizes upon a single facet of human experience: rage, hunger, compassion, hope, etc. This one idea becomes their identity. We classify as demons those spirits who identify themselves with darker human emotions and ideas. The most common and weakest form of demon one encounters in the Fade is the rage demon. They are much like perpetually boiling kettles, for they exist only to vent hatred, but rarely have an object to hate. Somewhat above these are the hunger demons, who do little but eat or attempt to eat everything they encounter, including other demons. This is rarely successful. Then there are the sloth demons. These are the first intelligent creatures one typically finds in the Fade. They are dangerous only on those rare occasions that they can be induced to get up and do harm. Desire demons are more clever and far more powerful, using all forms of bribery to induce mortals into their realms. Wealth, Love, vengeance, whatever lies nearest to your heart. The most powerful demon yet encountered are the pride demons, perhaps because they, among their kind, most resemble men. Ooh, from beyond the veil. So we have to find our demon and defeat it. Oh, we're already in combat. Oh, there it is. Okay, there's something over there. So we've got a little bit of a mixture of turn-based combat and real-time combat.
As you say.
So I think, pausing is going to be efficient in quite a lot of situations to get us into a good tactical advantage. Start off with some... Oh no, let's see if we can freeze it. Oh. Well, that got the job done. Alright. I was thinking we freeze it, then hit it, but that seemed to be enough. Ooh, it's spooky here. Sky's all green. Oh, it's immediately hitting us with a lightning strike there. And I don't think there's dodging. I think there's like a dodge chance in this game. There we go. Lovely. And I think our health and mana regenerates over time as well when we're outside of combat. Got another one over there. See if we can hit it first this time. Oh, there we go. Oh! Oh, it's a little mouse.
Someone else thrown to the wolves, as fresh and unprepared as ever. It isn't right that they do this, the Templars. Not to you, me, anyone.
You're a talking rat.
You think you're really here? In that body? You look like that because you think you do. It's always the same. But it's not your fault. You're in the same boat I was, aren't you?
Another mage?
Allow me to welcome you to the Fade. You can call me... well, Mouse.
Not your real name, I take it?
No. I don't remember anything from... before. The Templars kill you if you take too long, you see. They figure you failed, and they don't want something getting out. That's what they did to me, I think. I have no body to reclaim, and you don't have much time before you end up the same.
So that's what we feared. If we fail, the Templars will strike us down. How long do I have exactly?
I don't remember. I ran away and I hid. I don't know how long.
Oh, did you not even face the demon? What are we supposed to do?
There's something here, contained. Just for an apprentice like you. You have to face the creature, a demon, and resist it. If you can. That's your way out. Or your opponents, if the Templars wouldn't kill you. A test for you. A tease for the creatures of the Fade.
Why pit me against such a creature?
A question for those in the tower. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to ask. Maybe someday, so will I. There are others here. Other spirits. They will tell you more. Maybe help. If you can believe anything you see. I'll follow, if that's all right. My chance was long ago. But you may have a way out.
Our first little companion.
Spirit is not far. Don't go near it unless you're ready to fight.
Okay, so Mouse is recommending we go talk to the spirits nearby first before we engage our demon, which I think sounds like a good course of action to me, especially if they can help. Plot helpers are marked on your current area map. Oh, okay, so... I'm assuming we probably have to get a little closer before they show up and that fog of war disappears. Okay, that looks a little bit like an arena we might fight something in, so we're going to stay away from that. Blast it. Oh, I see a marker. Okay. Alright, it's over there. Oh, that spotted us from quite far away. Templar.
Another
Ghost of a
spirit this
Templar?
way. It never seemed equal.
Another mortal thrown into the flames and left to burn, I see. Your mages have devised a cowardly test. Better you were pitted against each other to prove your mettle with skill, than to be sent unarmed against a demon.
Fight each other, but we're not warriors.
They would have you battle a demon. With magic or weapon, to be the victor makes you a warrior still. That you remain means you have not yet defeated your hunter. I wish you a glorious battle to come.
We only just got here. Oh, what else do you know about the harrowing?
Is that what your test is called? I know little of your mortal ways. I do know that a demon has been called, and told that a meal awaits. It will not, cannot leave, until one of you is dead.
Me or the demon, then? What kind of spirit? Ah, so he's not actually a Templar. He's just a sort of spirit taking on the form of one, it seems. So what kind of spirit are you?
I am Valor, a warrior spirit. I hone my weapons in search of the perfect expression of combat.
Well, that sounds great. I need your help.
Of course. You are not the first mortal to seek my aid. I am not here to assist you, however. My purpose is to seek perfection, creating the ultimate weapon for the pursuit of valor.
Would one of those weapons happen to affect, a demon?
Without a doubt. In this realm, everything that exists is the expression of a thought. Do you think these blades be steel? The staves be wood? Do you believe they draw blood? A weapon is a single need for battle, and my will makes that need reality. Do you truly desire one of my weapons? I will give one to you, if you agree to duel me first. Valor shall test your mettle as it should be tested.
He will help us if we battle him. Ooh, we have a willpower option. It seems you would prefer to kill me yourself. Now, we have base... I think our willpower is about 10. Shall we try it? See if we can talk our way out of this somehow instead of actually fighting him.
How dare you accuse me? I am no demon preying upon helpless mortals to steal their essence. I am a being of honor and valor. I am a warrior.
Oh, so that definitely hit a nerve. So I think we might be in luck here. Let's see. Then prove it and help me fight the demon.
You are insolent. But your will is unquestionably strong.
That's me.
Very well, mortal. You prove to me that you possess the strength to resist this demon. Go. Prove your worth as you must. I am confident you will succeed.
Easier than I thought it was going to be, that. I think he gave something. Oh, I think we also have some items from the DLC as well. So this is what he gave us. So let's see. The Lion's Paw. Chance to dodge attacks. Chance to avoid missile attacks. Oh. Slap those on. We've got a helmet as well. I don't think there's a hide helmet option in this game. I think it just hides it when you're in the cutscenes. Mark of Vigilance. Spell resistance. Mental resistance. 6 defense. Ooh. Which one we... 1 to attributes. Increases monetary gain. Ooh, resistance. Health regeneration while exploring. Mark of Vigilance might be good to start with. Guildmaster's Belt. Or the Embry's Many Pockets. Oh, maybe that for the resistances. I got a feeling it's going to be a Rage Demon because there was a lot of fire there. And they also said it's one of the weaker ones. Can't imagine they would make us fight one of the higher tier demons at this point, though I could be wrong. Okay, we've also got some rings. Stylish Ring of Promise. Health regeneration in combat. Reduces hostility. Now that could be useful for a mage. So they don't come straight to us. Healing effects receives. Constitution, fire resistance, and spirit resistance. Armor pen. Stamina regeneration. Also attributes. Okay, I think we're gonna go Band of Fire and the Promise Ring for now. And then we'll see. Oh, we've also got these. Tome gives the reader 1 or more points to spend on attributes, but is rendered useless afterwards. Maybe we'll do the harrowing first, and then we'll look at those. But yeah, and then spend on a skill. Okay, so we'll do the harrowing first, and then we'll open those. I'm assuming they're from the DLC. Ooh, there's a little pot. What's in here? Ooh, another shimmering orb. Ooh. Why are we saving? That usually means something's gonna happen. Ooh, ooh. Oh, we got spirit wolves now. Oh, nice. It does freeze. Ooh, we got another one coming. Let's see if we can stun it. Because our spells are... Oh, it resisted! It resisted! Whew. Okay. Oh, there's something behind me! What's behind me? Ah! I didn't see that.
There is another spirit. Not the one hunting you, but still.
Oh, one more spirit. There's one more spirit nearby. Oh! The sleeping doggo. Hello. Oh, it's a bear!
So, you are the mortal being hunted. And the small one, is he to be a snack for me?
That depends on if you're
don't
thinking of
like
eating me
this.
or not.
He's not going to help us. We should go.
No matter. The demon will get you eventually. And perhaps there will even be scraps.
Maybe one of those fluff demons. He seems quite lazy. Let's ask. What kind of spirit are you?
It's a demon. Maybe even more powerful than the one chasing after you.
Be gone. Surely you have better things to do than bother sloth, mortal. Oh, I tire of you already.
He just wants a nap, bless him. I need help defeating a demon.
You have a very nice staff. Why would you need me? Go. Use your weapon, since you have earned it. Be valorous.
He looks powerful. It might be possible that he could teach you to be like him.
Like me? You mean teach the mortal to take this form? Why? Most mortals are too attached to their forms to learn the change. You, on the other hand, little one, might be a better student. You let go of the human form years ago.
I don't
That's a
think
good
I'd make
idea.
a very good bear. How would I hide?
I think hiding is what got you into this mess in the first place, mate. But yes, I think a bear in battle with us will be much better than a rat. Hiding doesn't solve anything. We need to face our fears.
I have faced more in this place than you can imagine. Fear is
though.
just one more thing. But you are right. Hiding doesn't help. I'm sorry, it's the Fade. It changes you. I'll try. I'll try to be a bear. If you'll teach me.
That's nice. But teaching is so exhausting. Away with you now.
I told you he wasn't going to help us.
You can't suggest something, then change your mind. Mouse wants to learn. Teach him.
You wish to learn my form, little one? Then I have a challenge for your friend. Answer 3
Riddles.
correctly, and I will teach you. Fail, and I will devour you both. The decision is yours.
Okay, so the stakes have been raised a little bit. We can learn the bear form for our friend Mouse if we answer the riddles, but if we get them wrong, then we shall be eaten. I'm sure it'll be fine. There's also an option to threaten. Something tells me that's not going to work on our friend the sloth, though. So let's go for the riddles.
Truly? Oh, this gets more and more promising. My first riddle is this. I have seas with no water, coasts with no sand, towns without people, mountains without land. What am I?
A desert, a boat, the moon, a map, an idea, a dream. I think it's got to be a map, hasn't it? Seas with no water, coasts with no sands, and towns without people.
Correct. Let's move on. The second riddle. I'm rarely touched, but often held. If you have wit, you'll use me well. What am I?
A handle, a tongue, my temper, my breath, intelligence, or a sword? A sword is often held. So is a handle. Rarely touched, but often held. If you have wit, you'll use me well. A tongue?
Yes, your witty tongue. Fair enough. One more try, shall we? Often will I spin a tale, never will I charge a fee. I'll amuse you an entire eve, but alas, you won't remember me. What am I?
Ooh. A tale without a fee. You won't remember me. An annoying riddler. A liar. I don't think it's that. Music? No. A book? You have to usually pay for a book. A spider? No. I think it has to be a dream. Because alas, you won't remember me.
You are correct. Rather apropos here in the Fade, no? But you've won my challenge and proven yourself an amusing distraction. So, I shall teach you my form. Now, listen carefully.
Like this? Am I a bear?
You're a bear!
It feels heavy.
Big bear.
Close enough. Go then and defeat your demon or whatever you intend to do. I grow weary of your mortal prattling.
I like Sloth. He's such a mood. Oh. I think Sloth is how a lot of us are feeling through the 2020s. Right, so Mouse is now a bear. And officially in the party, so this means they can fight alongside us, which is going to be very useful in defeating our demon. We've got our staff and a bear. I think we're going to be fine. Ooh, more wolves coming now.
As you say.
There's one on that side too. Oh, nice, that worked. Oh, Bear's fighting one as well. Let's see what Bear can do. He's got two abilities, Slam and Rage.
At your command.
Here we go. Time to face the demon. Ooh, what's that? Oh, Lyrium Vein.
And there is a spirit of rage.
Lyrium. More than half the wealth of Orzammar comes from the single, extremely rare substance, Lyrium. The Chantry believes it to be the waters of the Fade mentioned in the Canticle of Ferenodes, the very stuff of creation itself, from whence the Maker fashioned the world. Only a handful of mining chast as families hazard extracting the ore, finding in veins in the stone quite literally by ear, for in its raw form lyrium sings, and the disconcerting can hear the sounds even through the solid rock. Even though dwarves have a natural resistance, raw lyrium is dangerous for all, but the most experienced of the mining case to handle. Even for dwarves, exposure to the unprocessed mineral can cause deafness or memory loss. For humans and elves, direct contact with lyrium ore produces nausea, blistering of the skin, and dementia. Mages cannot even approach unprocessed lyrium. Doing so is invariably fatal. Despite its dangers, lyrium is the single most valuable mineral currently known. In the Tevinter Imperium, it has been known to command a higher price than a diamond. The dwarves sell very little of the processed mineral to the surface, giving the greater portion of what they mine to their own smiths, who use it in the forging of all truly superior dwarven weapons and armour. What processed lyrium is sold on the surface goes only to the Chantry, who strictly control the supply. From the Chantry, it is then dispensed both to the Templars, who make use of it in tracking and fighting Maleficarum, and to the Circle. In the hands of the Circle, lyrium reaches its fullest potential. Their Formari craftsmen transform it into an array of useful items, from the practical, such as magically hardened stone for construction, to the legendary silver armour of King Calenhad. When mixed into liquid and ingested, lyrium allows mages to enter the Fade fully aware. Unlike all others who reach it only while dreaming, such potions can be used to aid the casting of especially taxing spells for a short time, granting a mage greater power than he normally wields. Lyrium has its costs, however. Prolonged use becomes addictive, and the cravings unbearable. You kind of see that in Inquisition, don't we, with Cullen? He's, addicted to lyrium in that, I believe. Over time, Templars grow disorientated, incapable of distinguishing memory from present or dream from waking. They frequently become paranoid, as their worst memories and nightmares haunt their waking hours. Mages have additionally been known to suffer physical mutilation. The Magister Lords of the Tevinter Imperium were widely reputed to have been so affected by their years of lyrium use that they could not be recognized by their own kin, nor even as creatures that had once been human. Ooh, spooky. So in the later games, we do find out that lyrium is, in fact, the blood of titans, which I think, if anything, makes it slightly more harrowing. So it is a rage demon. So I'm glad we put the fire stuff on now. Let's go talk to it.
And so it comes to me at last. Soon I shall see the land of the living with your eyes, creature. You shall be mine, body and soul.
I did not agree to this. That's true, they probably would still cut him down. It's 2 against 1. Do you really want to fight us both?
Amusing. Have you not told it of our arrangement, Mouse?
We don't have an arrangement. Not anymore.
Oh. And after all those wonderful meals we have shared, now suddenly the mouse has changed the rules?
I'm not a mouse now, and soon I won't have to hide. I don't need to bargain with you.
We shall see.
I have a feeling mouse might not be what they claim to be. The many meals we have shared. Why would a rage demon share meals with the spirit of a mage? Suspicious. We shall see. Okay, let's go over here. I think we should get rid of these little ones first. If they keep appearing, though, we may have to do something else. Okay, yeah, just normal.
Very well.
Mouse is not doing too good, is he? Can he drink a potion? I'm not actually... I don't think we have any. Oh yes, maybe we can... Okay, I think Mouse can maybe use that. Let's see.
As you said. Yes.
See if we can stun it.
Let us end this quickly.
Enough!
As you said.
I'm
Yes.
sick of hiding!
Let's go over here, see if we can freeze it. Good!
You did it! You actually did it! When you came, I hoped that maybe you might be able to... But I never really thought any of you were worthy.
How many failed, I wonder? Ah. Ooh, yes, it's all a little too easy. The ones you betrayed before me, what were their names?
What? They were not as promising as you. It was a long time ago. I don't remember their names. I don't even remember my own name. It's the Fade, and the Templars killing me. Like they tried with you.
Right, it's the Fade. Starting to think our little friend Mouse is full of doo-doo. Let's see. Ooh. So what is it exactly that you think you can get from me?
You defeated a demon. You completed your test. With time, you will be a master enchanter with no equal. And maybe there's hope in that for someone as small and as forgotten as me. If you want to help, there may be a way for me to leave here, to get a foothold outside. You just need to want to let me in.
I'm starting to think that our rage demon wasn't the test and it is in fact our little friend Mouse over here. I don't think they were a mage at all. Yes. I'm starting to think the other demon wasn't my test.
What? What do you... Of course it was. What else is here that could harm an apprentice of your potential?
I don't know, another type of demon perhaps?
You are a smart one.
Simple killing is a warrior's job. The real dangers of the Fade are preconceptions.
Pride demon.
Careless trust. Pride.
Oh, they're big.
Keep your wits about you, mage. True tests never end.
There's a nice plot twist there. Never trust anything in the Fade.
Say something, please.
We must have knocked out after that. A demon die. Ooh, where am I? Is this the Fade?
You're in the dormitory. Take a deep breath. You're safe. Oh, I'm glad you're all right. They carried you in this morning. I didn't even realize you'd been gone all night. I've heard about apprentices who never come back from harrowings. Is it really that dangerous? What was it like?
It was harrowing. We're friends, Joan, but don't ask this. You know I can't tell you.
So much for friendship. I'll leave you alone then. And now you get to move to the nice mage's quarters upstairs. I'm stuck here and I don't know when they'll call me for my harrowing.
I wonder how long he's been waiting. Any day now. Probably.
I've been here longer than you have. Sometimes I think they just don't want to test me.
What are you talking about?
The tranquil never go through a harrowing. You do the harrowing, the rite of tranquility, or you die. That's what happens.
What exactly is the rite of tranquility?
You've seen the tranquil around the tower, like Owain who runs the stockroom. He's so cold. No, not even cold. There's just nothing in him. It's like he's dead but still walking. His voice, his eyes are lifeless.
Like sort of lobotomy for a mage. The lights are on but nobody's home. Yes, the place is starting to feel more like a prison and punishment than a school of learning. And what exactly did they do to
He's
him?
been made tranquil. I don't know how they do it exactly, but you're cut off from the Fade. It takes away your magic abilities, along with your dreams and emotions.
So those who don't want to do the harrowing as well also become tranquil, it seems. No emotions? How's that even possible?
The Fade is the dream realm. Maybe it's a side effect of being cut off from the Fade. No dreams, no emotions? Apprentices can ask to be made tranquil if they fear the harrowing, but the Circle also forces tranquility on those they feel are weak, and sometimes they force it upon apprentices they think might be too dangerous as mages. I shouldn't waste your time with this. I was supposed to tell you to see Irving as soon as you woke up.
Wow, so if you show too much potential, they may force you to go through the becoming tranquil out of fear of what you will become. Oh, you can't win here. What for?
He didn't tell me. About the harrowing, I'd guess, but you'd never know with Irving. You'd better not keep him waiting. We can speak later.
Joanne's voice sounds very familiar, but I can't quite put a pin on it. Ooh, chest. I'll have a look around for loot and goodies. Buckle of the Winds. Oh, free defense. Joanne, another Circle apprentice roused you from your slumber in the morning after your harrowing. After frittering about his own delayed harrowing, Joanne informed you Irving would like to speak with you. Do not keep the first enchanter waiting. We got quite cozy quarters there. Ooh, some gold. We talk to everybody.
Hello there.
Oh. They have quite a lot of apprentices down here. Curious what the percentage rate of successes for the harrowing. It didn't seem high.
Did you hear? Hear what? I heard they suspect
Kind of based on what Mouse and the Rage Demon said. Ooh, Acolyte Staff. Let's have a look. Is that better than what we've got? Or... 2 spell power. Oh, right. It was in the Fade, so we don't have it now, of course. So we'll take that now.
Something so stupid. That's a death sentence. Because blood magic is powerful, you can bend others to your will.
Ooh, they're talking about blood magic. Yeah, I don't think blood magic... I think it's pretty frowned upon in this part of Phaedus, isn't it? Charm of Still Waters. So some of the DLC stuff seems quite OP at the beginning.
As you say.
Might be a while until we change those. Ooh. Private documents. A list of household accounts and expenditures over time, useful for merchants negotiating contracts and wages. Maybe it's something we can sell? That's the basement.
Very well.
Blank vellum. Fine treated lambskin, suitable for exacting illustration and script.
You must control
Ooh,
the fire
library.
with your will. Keep the flames steady. We don't want it sputtering and leaping about. That's what causes most of the injuries. I hope you've spoken to the first enchanter. He seems eager to see you.
Oh, that could have gone better for him, I think. We've got a little class going on here.
Magic must serve man, and not rule over him.
Very good. And what do you think that means? Can anyone tell me?
Hey!
No, that's not what it means.
It means that magic should be used to help people, but we can't use our magic to force people to do what we want.
That's right. We should not abuse the gift the Maker has given us.
If I had put all my power behind that spell, you would have been obliterated. I am not your enemy. Fear is your enemy. It is a weakness that can be exploited. Should you face a demon with your will wavering so, it would consume you. Is that what you want?
Owain.
Welcome to the Circle's stockroom of magical items. My name is Owain.
Oh, he's one of the Tranquil, isn't he? Joanne was talking about. Are you really a tranquil mage?
I voluntarily submitted to the rite of tranquility. I was unwilling to undergo the harrowing. I find this state agreeable.
You actually like being this way?
I see the world with clarity. I remember the days when my mind was filled with inconvenient and seething emotions. Now things are simple.
What happened during the Rite of Tranquility?
I was ordered to never speak of it. I cannot go against the Circle's wishes.
That always means something bad. If it was a good thing, you wouldn't have to keep it a secret. What was becoming a tranquil like?
It is difficult to describe. I would perhaps compare it to being plunged into a pool of ice-cold water.
And now you're no longer a person.
My body is similar in form to yours, possessing an equal number of limbs, appendages, and internal organs. I perform the same physical functions. My mind is capable of higher thought processes. Am I to be denied personhood because I do not feel as you do?
But a person has emotions and you don't.
People feel things to different degrees. One individual may be more empathetic than the next. Some are quick to anger, while others are not. Yet you would not single one out and accuse him of not being a person. My capacity to feel differs from yours, but you also differ from all other beings. You are no more a person than others, and I am no less a person than you are.
Silence, you're confusing me. Oh, my statement was a little rude. Apologies.
I do not have the capacity to be offended. Still, I believe I am a person.
Okay, well, we should probably go now.
Very well. Goodbye.
So the tranquil, yeah, it does kind of seem like a bit of a magical lobotomy, doesn't it? I think, they're also tranquil as well, so this is what happens to you if you don't face the harrowing, or even you choose not to. Oh, Cedar Enchanter. Hello.
Oh, hello. I don't believe we've met. Are you new to the Circle?
I'm a newly harrowed mage, but I've lived here all my life.
I'm sorry. There are so many of you, and I get confused. Not to mention, these old eyes are starting to go.
Starting? I'd say they're already gone. I kind of want to go with 2.
Such cheek. Why, in my day, junior mages wouldn't dare say such things to an older mage. If they did, it was an hour in the freezy chair.
The freezy chair? What is the freezy chair?
Your steel, it was. Someone would cast a cold spell on it and strap you to it without your trousers on. I miss the freezy chair. Anyway, did you need something?
That would be very painful to peel yourself off of. Goodness me. No, I just wanted to talk.
I'm not good at talking. Too much chatter makes my head throb. Don't you have lessons to get to? Shoo!
Oh. I don't think he appreciated our cheek.
The Charter would do something before it came.
I think someone's here to speak to you, Senior Torren.
Hello. Congratulations on your harrowing last night. Good work.
What were you talking about earlier?
Oh, the fraternities of the Enchanters. You probably haven't heard of them. It's best not to get tangled up in circle politics. More trouble than it's worth, really.
Sounds like you've had a day. Tell me about the fraternities.
They're found in all circles throughout Thedas. Groups of enchanters who hold similar viewpoints, who band together to make their voices heard. The most influential fraternity are the Equitarians. They are moderates and believe in a code of conduct that all mages should adhere to. Then there are the Chantry apologists, the Loyalists. The Chantry says something and they follow it to the letter. The Lucrosians just want to make money, and the Isolationists would like us all to be hermits and live on an island. Then, of course, there are the Libertarians. They want more power for the Circle, more autonomy.
Right, and which do you belong to?
Well, if I had to, I'd say I was an Equitarian, but I ducked out of the fray a long time ago. Most of the senior enchanters are Equitarians. Irving, Wynne, Sweeney. Ulrid's a libertarian, and a loud one at that. Mages have enough opposition from the outside without tearing our circles apart with infighting. But what can you do?
What can you do? Well, I should get going.
Fair enough. Good day to you.
Ooh, got a bit of a codex about the Fraternity of Enchanters. The Fraternity of Enchanters, another aspect of the circle, is the fraternity. When a mage becomes an enchanter, he may ally himself with a fraternity. These cliques that cross the circle boundaries. Mages of common interests and goals who band together to ensure their voice is heard within the College of the Magi in Cumberland. The largest fraternities currently are the Loyalists, who advocate loyalty and obedience to the Chantry, the Equitarians, who advocate temperance and follow a distinct code of conduct, which they believe all mages should hold themselves to. So this means that our head enchanter is very to the book. Probably wouldn't appreciate us going off the book, so to speak. The Libertarians, a growing fraternity, publicly maintaining a greater power for the circles, but secretly advocating a complete split from the Chantry, a dangerous opinion, naturally. The Isolationists, a small group that advocates withdrawing to remote territories in order to avoid conflicts with the general populace, and the Crosians, who maintain that the circle must do what is profitable first and foremost. They prioritize the accumulation of wealth with the gaining of political influence, a close second. So far, the alliance between the Loyalists and Equitarians has prevented the Libertarians from gaining much headway, but there are signs that the Equitarians may throw in their support with the Libertarians. If that happens, many mages predict it will come to a civil war among the circles. Goodness. Can we talk to... Oh!
Of course.
Okay. Oh, the 4 schools as well. We can read that. Entropy. The second of the 2 schools of matter, entropy, is the opposing force of creation. For this reason, it is often called the school of negation. Nothing lives without death. Time inevitably brings an end to all things in the material world, and yet, in this ending is the seed of a beginning. A river may flood its banks, causing havoc, but bring new life to its floodplain. The fire that burns a forest ushers in new growth. And so it is with entropic magic that we manipulate the forces of erosion, decay, and destruction to create anew.
Hello, were you looking for something?
Yes, what were you talking to that other mage about?
Oh, the fraternities. Groups of mages with a common agenda. I think we should all be isolationists. Stay in some remote mountain town far away from the mundanes who hate us.
Why don't you go off then?
I'd go hide alone in the wilds if I could. But you know they just brand me an apostate and hunt me down. There is no leaving the circle. It's till death do us part. Romantic, isn't it?
I think that's what Morrigan technically falls under, right? An apostate. Oh yeah, Solus too.
If you leave the circle, you become an apostate. And the punishment for leaving is death. Pretty grim, huh?
I mean, there must be mages who aren't part of the circle.
I've heard of hedge witches who've managed to survive on their own, eluding the circle for a lifetime. But if the Templars discover them, well, you know what happens. Then there are stories about the Dalish elf clans having great magic. But who knows what's truth and what's fiction when it comes to the Dalish?
It sort of cut to him then, like he was hiding something. Especially with the wide eyes. This game does have all the characters are very... kind of like they are in the Mass Effect remaster. The eyes are very, very wide and surprised. Alright, well we should get going. Right, yes, we still got to find the enchanter we're supposed to talk to. The place is massive though. There's so many rooms. Now we'll explore all of them. Ooh, stuff.
It will be done.
Lyrium dust? Ooh, small amount of mana if you inhale it. Another staff. I think it's the same one we picked up earlier, but we could sell it later. Is it technically stealing this? I think we need to level up. Yes, we do. I'm just gonna keep putting it into magic for now. I'm assuming we can get these later. I'm quite interested in Arcane Warrior and Blood Mage. But we'll review that again when we get to it. Oh, I do want to get a heal, just in case we get into trouble. Oh, it's this Cullen from Inquisition.
Oh,
it looks like him.
Hello. I'm glad to see your harrowing went smoothly.
Hello, Cullen.
They picked me as the Templar to strike the killing blow if you became an abomination. Oh. It's nothing personal, I swear. I'm just glad you're all right, you know?
Oh. He's a lot more nervous than he is in Inquisition, isn't he, bless him? Would you have actually struck me down?
I would have felt terrible about it. But I serve the Chantry and the Maker, and I will do as I am commanded.
Oh! Oh my goodness, maybe we could go elsewhere and continue our discussion. Wow, so you can straight up flirt with him. I kind of want to... Should we see what he says? I feel like it's going to make him even more nervous, bless him, though.
Elsewhere? What do you mean?
Oh. Should get to know each other.
Oh, my goodness. If you're saying what I think, well, that would be really inappropriate, and...
Of course.
I should go.
Oh no, we've broken him. I'm sorry. It was worth it. I wonder where he went. Did he just run out the building? Poor guy.
As you say.
Ooh. Frost rock, elf fruit, deep mushrooms, some potion ingredients there. Those are going to be useful later. Yeah. We've got some health poultices as well.
You're not going to keep the first enchanter waiting, are you?
Ooh. Melissa... It's that word that I can't say. It has been asked, what are Maleficarum? How shall we know them? I have been troubled by this question as you. You have come to me for the wisdom of the Maker, but none have seen the Maker's heart save beloved Andraste. And so I have done as all mortals must, and looked to the words of his prophet for answers, and there I found respite for a troubled mind. For she has said to us, magic exists to serve man, and never to rule over him. Therefore, I say to you, they who work in magic which dominates the minds and hearts of others, they have transgressed the Maker's law. So, probably alluding to blood magic. Also, Our Lady said to us, those who bring harm without provocation to the least of his children are hated and accursed by the Maker. And so it is made clear to me, as it should be to all of us, that magic which fuels itself by harming others, by the letting of blood, is hated by the Maker. Those mages who honour the Maker and keep his laws, we welcome as our brothers and sisters. Those who reject the laws of the Maker and the words of his prophet are apostate. They shall be cast out and given no place among us. So that's interesting, because into Winter, there's a lot more magic use, blood magic use, isn't there? Compared to this part of the world we're in right now, where it's pretty much outlawed, it seems. Oh, they've got a little chapel here. Oh, most of these bookcases, so we can interact with them for codex. Ooh, the Maker, and we just got one about the Blight too. The Chant of the Light, the Blight. No matter their power, their triumphs, the mage lords of Tevinter were men and doomed to die. Then a voice whispered within their hearts, shall you surrender your power to the time like the beasts of the fields? You are the lords of the earth, go forth and claim the empty throne of the heaven and be the gods. I think that's when they went into the Black City, isn't it? The secret they worked, magic upon magic, all their power and all their vanity, they turned against the veil, until at last it gave way. Above them a river of light, before them the throne of heaven waiting, beneath their feet the footprints of the Maker, and all around them echoed a vast silence. But when they took a single step towards the empty throne, a great voice cried out, shaking the very foundations of heaven and earth, And so the golden city blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven and doom upon the world. That's a quote we had at the beginning of the game, isn't it? From the Chant of the Light. Violently were they cast down, for no mortal may walk bodily in the realm of dreams, bearing the mark of their crime, bodies so maimed and distorted that none should see them and know them for men. Deep into the earth they fled, away from the light. In the darkness eternal they searched for those who had goaded them on, until at last they found their prize, their god, their betrayer, the sleeping dragon Dumat. Their taint twisted even the false god, and the whisperer awoke at last in pain and horror, and led them to wreak havoc upon all the nations of the world. The first blight. We've also got one on the Maker, too. There was no word for the heaven or earth, or for the sea or sky. All existed with silence. Then the voice of the Maker rang out, the first word, and his word became all that might be. Dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities. And from it made his firstborn, and he said to them, In my image I forge you. To you I give dominion over all that exists by your will. May all things be done. Then in the center of heaven he called forth a city with towers of gold, streets with music for cobblestones, and the banners which flew without wind. There he dwelled, waiting to see the wonders his children would create. The children of the Maker gathered before his golden throne and sang hymns of praise unending. But their songs were the songs of the cobblestones. They shone with the golden light reflected from the Maker's throne. They held forth the banners that flew on their own. And the voice of the Maker shook the fade, saying, In my image I have wrought, my firstborn. You have given dominion over all that exists by your will. All things are done, yet you do nothing. The realm I have given you is formless, ever-changing. And he knew he had wrought amiss. So the Maker turned from its firstborn and took from the fade a measure of its living flesh and placed it apart from the spirits and spoke to it, saying, Here I decree opposition in all things, for earth, sky, for winter, summer, for darkness, light, by my will alone is balance sundered, and the world given new life. And no longer was its formless, ever-changing, but held fast immutable, with words for heaven and for earth, sea and sky. At last did the Maker from the living world make men immutable as the substance of the earth, with the souls of dream and idea and hope and fear, endless possibilities. Then the Maker said, To you, my second-born, I grant this gift. In your heart shall burn an unquenchable flame, all-consuming, that is never satisfied. From the fade I crafted you, and the fade you shall return each night in dreams, that you may always remember me. And then the Maker sealed the gates of the golden city, and there he dwelled, waiting to see the wonders his children would create. So that's sort of creation of all things from Chantry's point of view, which gets a little bit shaken up in Dragon Age Inquisition by a certain someone. Ah, here we are. We finally made it.
Many have already gone to Ostagar. Wynne, Aldred, and most of the senior mages. We've committed enough of our own to this war effort.
Your own? Since when have you
there's
felt
Duncan.
such kinship with the mages,
At least I think
Gregor?
it's Duncan.
Or are you afraid to let the mages out from under Chantry's supervision, where they can actually use their Maker-given powers?
How dare you suggest?
Gentlemen, please. Irving, someone is here to see you.
You sent for me?
If it isn't our new sister in the circle. Come, child.
This is...
Yes, this is she.
Well, Irving, you're obviously busy. We will discuss this later.
Of course. Well, and where was I? Oh, yes, this is Duncan of the Grey Wardens.
A Grey Warden in the tower?
Grey Wardens go wherever duty sends them.
You've heard about the war brewing to the south, I expect. Duncan is recruiting mages to join the King's army at Ostagar.
Why?
Mages are uniquely equipped to combat Darkspawn.
What are Darkspawn?
They are twisted monsters that dwell underground where the sun's light cannot touch them. They have formed into a horde in the Korkari Wilds and threaten to invade north into the valley. I fear if we don't drive them back, we may see another blight.
Duncan, you worry the poor girl with talk of blights and darkspawn. This is a happy day for her.
We live in troubled times, my friend.
We should seize moments of levity, especially in troubled times. The harrowing is behind you. Your phylactery was sent to Denerim. You are officially a mage within the circle of magi.
My phylactery?
You may not remember, but blood was taken from you when you first came to us. This blood is preserved within a phylactery.
So they can be hunted if they turn apostate.
We have few choices. The gift of magic is looked upon with suspicion and fear.
It's a fail-safe.
We must prove we are strong enough to handle our power responsibly. You have done this. I present you with your robes, your staff, and a ring bearing the Circle's insignia. Wear them proudly, for you have earned them.
If we go rogue at some point, they can use this blood to track us. I remember in Veilguard, when you're getting Lucanus, he wants you to destroy a vial of his blood, and it's just this, basically just like this massive, just urn of blood. So they can't control him. And yeah, it seems to be something quite similar. Thank you.
It goes without saying that you shall not discuss the harrowing with those who have not undergone the rite. Now then, take your time to rest, or study in the library. The day is yours.
Our poor friend's pretty upset with us for not discussing that. Can I lead the tower?
Not yet. Remember, the tower's walls protect us as much as they protect others from us.
I will return to my quarters.
Would you be so kind as to escort Duncan back to his room, child?
It would be my pleasure.
The guest quarters are on the east side of this floor, close to the library. Now, if you'll both excuse me, I have matters to discuss with Gregor.
Ooh, okay, we got a codex about our friend Duncan. Oh, it also expands on the characters you meet too, it seems. That's nice. Like many other warriors, Duncan gave up his family name when he joined the ranks of the Wardens, a symbolic gesture of cutting ties. He might say this was a convenience in his case. However, his mother was from the Anderfels, his father from Tevinter, and his childhood was spent in the free marches of Elias. His people were everywhere, and his homeland was nowhere. He was given the impossible task of leading the Wardens in Felden, a kingdom that had thrown the Order out 200 years earlier. Facing local superstition and hostility, he set out about finding recruits. Ah, so I believe Duncan may be the one to bring us to the Grey Wardens. Oh, okay, we got a magic staff. Ooh, you know, I don't know what's going to be better. The magic staff or the, like, 2 spell power, but that one would... this one would increase probably the damage we're dealing. We'll use both and we'll see how it goes. We got some robes, willpower and magic. Charm of the Still Waters. I think we're gonna stick with the Mark of Vigilance for now. Ring of Study. Yeah, again, I think we're gonna stick with that. Alright. Oh, this is not the way to Duncan's room. We got some nice fancy robes now, though. Ah, here it is.
For escorting me.
Ooh, the Grey Wardens. The first blight had already raged for 90 years. The world was in chaos. A god had risen, twisted and corrupted. The remaining gods of Tevinter were silent, withdrawn. What writing we have recovered from those times is filled with despair, for everyone believed, from the greatest archons to the lowliest slaves, that the world was coming to an end. At Weishaupt Fortress in the desolate Anderfels a meeting transpired. Soldiers of the Imperium, seasoned veterans who had known nothing their entire lifetimes except hopeless war, came together. When they left Weishaupt, they had renounced their oath to the Imperium. They were soldiers no longer. They were the Grey Wardens. The Wardens began an aggressive campaign against the Blight, striking back against the Darkspawn, reclaiming lands given up for lost. The Blight was far from over, but their victories brought notice, and soon they received aid from every nation in Thedas. They grew in number, as well as reputation, and finally in the year 992 of the Tevinter Imperium, upon the Silent Plains, they met the Archdemon Drumat in battle. A third of all armies of the northern Thedas were lost to the fighting, but Drumat fell, and the Darkspawn fled back underground. Even that was not the end. The Imperium once revered 7 gods, Drumat, Zazakiel, Toth, Andoral, Razakael, Lusakan, and Urfamael. 4 have risen as archdemons. The Grey Wardens have kept watch throughout the ages, well aware that peace is fleeting and that their war continues until the last of the dragon gods is gone. If those are the gods of Tevinter, I think those are the ones where in Veilguard Solus says they were actually archdemons of the elven gods that would whisper into the Tevinter mage's ears. Oh, it's Friend. Hi, Friend.
I'm glad I caught up to you. Are you done talking with Irving?
Hello again, Joan.
I need to talk to you. Do you remember what we discussed this morning?
Yes, of course. But why are you whispering? It looks very suspicious.
Shh. I just want to make sure we're not overheard. We should go somewhere else. I don't feel safe talking here.
You're starting to worry me.
I've been troubled. I'll explain. Come with me, please.
Oh dear.